All right, I am here with another review, this being the review of the brand new LEGO City road plates. What you see in front of you is the sort of starter pack, if you will, for the road plates. You can get the road plates in a bunch of different sets that have just been released in 2021, but you can also just simply buy a box that has the road plates. So that's what I did to give it a try, and what I thought I would do is build this, review it, and then also compare it to the old road plates, the ones that we're probably much more used to. So let's open up the box and see what we have. All right, so I opened up the box, and as you can see, we get a few bags of pieces. First of all, we get a fairly large bag of the actual road plates, and we'll take a closer look at those in just a second. We get a instruction manual, which frankly we probably don't need, but it's nice if it's included. We get a bag of pieces, mostly connectors, and then a smaller bag of some of the nice details. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a quick build, and then we'll take a look at the set itself. Alright, so I've gone ahead and assembled the main road. There's a bunch of different ways that you can actually orient the road. One of the things that the instruction manual shows you is to put it in sort of a T-junction type road, and so you can see there's lots of tiles. Everything, I should know, everything on here is printed. There are no stickers at all in this set. That is always a nice thing. And it comes with a number of different ways that you can sort of make the layout how you want. So first of all, you end up with 6 of these sloped pieces that you can put on the side of a road so that cars can drive up onto it nice and easy, which is nice. You get a bunch of the 1x4 flat tiles that you can place along the edges where you want the road to look better, but you might be wondering why those are there. You also get a whole bunch of different accessories, and I'll take a look at these in just a second. But for example, this is one of the light poles, and so you could place that right there, for example, and have a light. So I do like the modularity of it. That is to say, I like the fact that these pop off pretty easy, and maybe I want the light over here instead, or whatever the case may be. I like that. I think there's a good amount of flexibility in terms of sort of how you want to actually set up your track or your road. These pop off pretty easily. So here's the crosswalk piece with the little yellow speed bumps. And you can see, if I pop that up carefully, there's what that piece looks like. And also, in case you're wondering, there is a hole in the middle of the back side so that you can take like a pole or some kind of object, or even the brick separator piece on the back of it, and pop that tile out if you want to replace that with something else. And I'm not sure that you'd put a plain one in here for this particular piece, but certainly for some of the others, maybe you want the road going this way instead, and so you'd want the white line pieces there, or maybe you want a white line here and not there, or whatever the case may be. So I do think that there's a lot of nice flexibility. The one thing that you're going to probably notice just from looking at all the sets that are available is all of your roads have to be very boxy, right? You can do something like this, and you can make them straight, but this particular system, at least with the pieces that LEGO's produced so far, do not allow for proper curves. So you're not going to get any nice curved pieces, like you could with some of the old road plates that LEGO had been doing for the longest time. So I think that's obviously one of the drawbacks. The benefits, obviously a lot of more flexibility. Another drawback or benefit, and I think this depends on who you are and what your collection looks like, is the actual physical size of the road. So if I get the road base plate here, just to show you what I mean, this is your standard road plate, and if I fold up to here, and let me line up the center, you'll notice that the new road is quite a bit narrower than the old road. That is to say, each of the lanes on the new road are definitely more narrow. On the flip side, each of these is only half of a base plate. So each one of these is only half. So you actually free up a lot of space if you switch from these, the big old base plates, to the new system. you'll basically be able to have your roadways in half in terms of the amount of space they might take up on your table. The downside is the actual physical roads themselves are also much narrower. And you really are going to be adding accessories to the side of this. So while it only takes up half a base plate, that's without anything extra. So if it just had a plane like that. So again, I think you will save some space as compared to the old base plates, but I don't think the savings is as massive as what some people maybe thought originally. And finally, the last bit of comparison is, and hopefully you can make that out there, the new base road plates are two sort of plates thick, if you will, and then obviously the old road plates were done on the base plate style, which were actually not quite a full normal plate high. So you are getting a difference in height, you're getting a bump. This is a particular point of contention for those with the modulars, because all of the Lego modulars are built on plates like this. And so if people want to switch to these, then you have to do some manipulating of your modular sets in order to, kind of make that work without having bumps where there maybe shouldn't be. That is to say, having the road raised up higher than the city buildings, which is a little bit weird. So, definitely some pros and cons there. The last thing we want to take a look at, though, very quickly, are the accessories that this set comes with. And so let's take a peek at those next. All right, so I've got my road plate here, at least a couple of the pieces, and now let's take a look at some of the accessories. So the accessories basically come in pairs. Some of the pairs are exactly the same. So, for example, you get two of these tall street lights. They're supposed to have the look that they are a solar light. You can see there, get the camera to focus a little bit better. You might be able to make that out, but that's not a sticker. That's actually a print right on there to make it look like a solar panel. And then the light itself, that brick right there, is a glow-in-the-dark 1x2 plate. And so these can snap on pretty easily, and you can have some lights. Like I said, you get two of those. You also get two stoplights. So very standard builds, nothing special. I mean, they get the job done. So you've got your red, yellow, and green lights. And again, these snap on pretty easily. Not really going to make sense where I'm placing them right now, but just to show you. Then you get a couple builds that are slightly different with some little greenery. So, I don't know, little parks or something like that, I guess. You get one with a tree and a set of red flowers, and then you get another build almost identical with a tree and a set of green flowers, or sorry, a set of yellow flowers. And again, they add a little splash of color, and that's certainly appreciated. And then finally, you get two street signs. You get one that has the crosswalk sign. I love the crosswalk sign where that's actually like a little Lego minifig on the crosswalk. And you can see there's one of those tiles with the crosswalk piece printed on it. So, maybe we have a crosswalk happening right there. And then finally, you get one more street sign. You could use this as a speed limit sign, or I suppose you could use this as an interstate number sign if you wanted to, something like that. And so I'll just throw that there. And you can see how easily those things snap on, and honestly how easily they snap back off, and so you can move them around. The ease of snapping on and off is going to have benefits and drawbacks. The main benefit is it's super easy and quick. The main drawback, of course, is they're not super stable. So, a little bit of play, or if this isn't on a stable table, it's okay if you just have two of them, but if you had like four of these in a row when you were playing, it won't take long before they kind of split apart and, it'll look like an earthquake went through or something like that. So just, something to keep in mind. Definitely, this is going to be better on a flat, hard surface, as opposed to like if kids were playing on, with like a soft plush carpet or something like that. I could see that being a bit more of an issue. And then finally, I showed this already, but they do include a number of these little ramps that you can put here, so that, if you only have the one set, you can drive on the road at parts and then drive off and pretend, your road goes other places. So that is it for the pieces within the set. Next up, let's take a look at some of my final thoughts, and yeah, we'll go from there. Okay, so for my final thoughts, First of all, the retail price of the Lego Road Plates set 60304 is about $20. For those $20, you get 4 of the large square plates plus 1 crosswalk. So that's what you get for your money, as well as the accessories and the extra tiles that I showed off. The question is, that seems like it's a lot of money, and it is. $20 is quite a bit for what you get. But if you think about it, I think it's actually a better deal than most people are giving it credit for. First of all, if you were to buy the old style base plates, these things that I've shown a few times, they came in packs of 2. They came with 1 like curve and 1 straight and 1 4-way cross and 1 T, and then they were packaged together. And so you couldn't get 2 straights in the same package. You could get 1 straight, but then the straight was always packaged with the T junction. Or you could get the curve, but then the curve was packaged with the crossroad, the 4-way crossing. So in that sense, those maybe covered a bit more surface area, but there was a lot less flexibility. And if you want a bunch of straights, you were spending $15 for a straight piece that you wanted, and then an extra plate that was a T, which is not what you wanted. So I think that this is better for that reason. This is also, if you think about it, and I should mention those plates were retail was $15 for the 2 old plates. So what are you getting for the extra $5? Well, you're basically getting an extra bag of something like this, which Lego sells for about $4 each. This particular one has some flowers, a couple trees, and a bush, a couple fence pieces. That's basically the greenery that you get here, but you're also getting maybe a second one. This one has 4 stoplights plus a couple of extra accessories. Here you only get 2 stoplights, but then you also get the 2 street lights and the 2 road signs. So I'd say that's certainly close to analogous. But then the thing that I think people are forgetting is you get all of these green plates, which allow you to actually build all these accessories and attach them to your roads, and actually have something. Whereas if you buy one of these extras, you don't get any of the plates. Those stoplights you see there are the exact same thing you get here, except there's no base plate to attach them to. So I don't think that should be discounted or overlooked, especially if you're buying this for kids, because this set really does just give you everything you need to build, finally, a city street in one swoop. You get the street, you get some nice accessories, you get places to build off of. I wasn't sure I was going to like these. Now that I've actually opened this box up and started to play around with it, I think I greatly prefer them. The only thing that's bad is there are no curves. And I have a feeling that a lot of people are upset about that, and that maybe Lego will eventually make a probably printed, I would assume, curved piece. You could certainly do it, just curve something out here. I won't be surprised if that happens eventually. But even if it doesn't, many cities are filled with, rather rectangular or square city blocks. So having, basically only right angles available at your disposal isn't the end of the world, especially for a city. So yeah, that's my thoughts on this. And I think overall, I do give it my seal of approval. Yeah, $20 and you don't really, no minifigures or anything else. It's probably not the most exciting $20 that one could spend, but if I were a kid and I had a couple city buildings, I would definitely want to buy one of these just so I could really make my city feel, more complete or more real. So I think, and you do get 112 pieces, including a bunch of fairly large ones, so it's not a terrible deal even by that standard. And I didn't even mention I mentioned it briefly, but the lights do glow in the dark, so that's kind of a fun little addition. I'm not sure that it's particularly useful here. You only get 2 of them, and it's not like they're really going to be super bright or anything. Mine aren't yet because I just took it out of the box, so I can't really show that. Plus, I'm filming in the middle of the day, but you get the idea. So yeah, that'll do it for my review and unboxing, if you will, of the brand new Lego City Road Plate set. I hope you've enjoyed this review, and I hope to start to do more of these and post them on my YouTube channel. So if you want to give me a follow, that would be much appreciated. And yeah, stay tuned for more, including more reviews and more of my Lego City. That's all for now. Bye, everybody.